Hello, thanks for taking the time to view this webcast. You probably wondered yourself what the F word has to do with T4. Um, Now, this is an important area for me, and it's sort of aimed at uh, all students, in fact, but a particular set. I'll be getting onto the detail in one moment. I know that you'll be thinking, which F word is it? And it may not be the one that you're thinking of. The area of concern for me here is where you have a T4 student who sits the exam perhaps for the first time, or maybe even the second time, or perhaps more. The area that I'm talking about is this. In other words, getting bad news. So that's the F word that I'm referring to, but I do have another F word that may be relevant here, which will be coming up on the next slide. And I think that this area for T4 students of getting bad news on results day obviously is very, very unpleasant. I've dealt with a lot of different students over many professional qualifications, and getting that news on the day is not pleasant. You've got the thought of redoing the T4 exam, perhaps on a new case, more expense, etc., etc. So I thought it was something that it would be a good idea to do a post on. I've spoken to Nick about this, Nick Best, and really, it's just a little bit of advice in relation to um, your position if this is you, if you've received a knockback on the results day and you're not feeling that great about it. Well, I've got a little bit of advice for you here. You may have heard it before, but you may not have. So really, for me, what I'm talking about when I talk about the F word is the following word: feedback. Yeah, not the other one, failure. I'm talking about feedback. So what I'm saying is this: you open those results, you don't get what you want. What the examiner is doing and what your marker's doing is they're giving you feedback. That's all. Yeah, they're giving you feedback in relation to your approach to the T4 exam. Yeah, they're simply saying that your approach is not right. They're not saying anything more than that. They're not saying you're a failure. They're saying that your script wasn't up to the required standard. Now, there's a certain element of mindset here, really, and sort of, I guess, rationalization. You've got to think to yourself, okay, is this right? Am I getting some feedback? I can assure you that it is. You know, what was my approach? What was my approach to this exam? Did I do enough mock exams? Did I review the mock exams carefully? Did I put enough time in? Did I come armed with enough industry examples to be able to get those diversity marks? Did I use time well? Etc. etc. At the end of the day, what we put in, we get out. And I think it's important, if you have had a disappointment on recent results with T4, it's important to recognize that you're simply getting some feedback from the marker. There's nothing wrong with you particularly, not at all. You're at this level so you can pass this exam. So do think about it like that. The F word is feedback on that script. That script was the result of the work you did, and the approach that you had. So what are you going to do about it? Are you going to listen to the feedback and change your approach? Because the problem is, and we know this from everything that we do, if we're getting feedback and we don't listen to the feedback, or perhaps analyze our approach and change it going forward to the next sitting, then unfortunately, more often than not, the outcome or the result of the next sitting may well be the same. We've got to listen, put in more hours, perhaps do more mock exams, review our mock exams more carefully, etc., etc. So we have to change our approach. If we simply keep to the same approach, we're going to have a problem, you know. So in terms of your tactics, what do you need to do? You've got to listen to the feedback. You've got to analyze what you did. Look back over the course of, the 2 months or whatever it is. Look back over the course of time and see, what did I do? Yeah. Or what did I do wrong? Maybe change your approach. You've got to change your approach to change the outcome. Okay. And, do stay positive. About T4. As I said, if you're at this level, you can pass T4. I've seen it again and again and again, even with people that, have one or two resets. But what they needed to do and what they did was that they changed their approach. Okay. Um, do remember also that, a lot of people have gone before you who have passed the exam, and indeed a lot of resetters have gone before you who have passed the exam. Now, how did they pass? It wasn't magic. It wasn't luck. Most likely, they didn't sprinkle some magic dust over themselves, and all of a sudden they became more competent at T4. They simply did the basics right. Okay. If they had a reset, they thought about it, and they changed their approach. So, if they can pass, why can't you? I'm sure that you can, but do listen to that feedback. Okay. Finally, good luck in your exams. Uh, Whenever you take T4, um, and good luck on results day as well. I hope that if you have had a disappointment, which is totally normal, doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you or that you're not able to pass T4, indeed that you're not competent. Not at all. Don't think like that. Just think that I'm getting a message. Okay, I need to listen to that message and adjust my approach. Okay. Good luck on results day, and best wishes.